I do not even have to look at your Pinterest account to know that you are leaving opportunities on the table. Now, in this video, I'm going to be talking about what exactly to pin as a business owner, brand, or creator who's using Pinterest to help grow their business. If you're new here, this is the Pinterest Prep series, a strategic video series to help you lay down the foundation on your Pinterest account so that you can grow effortlessly and have incredible success on the platform. If you're new here, my name is Megan. I'm a Pinterest expert, educator, and business coach, and I have helped thousands of business owners, creators, solopreneurs, even household brands with their Pinterest marketing strategy. So you are in for a treat. I have literally reviewed thousands of accounts, and I can always find some stones unturned in every single account. It's like a little joy that I get. So in this next video, I'm going to be talking about all the diversity of things that you can consider pinning to your Pinterest account that will help get more people into your ecosystem, more people into your funnel, and obviously more visibility and brand awareness as a business looking to promote themselves on the platform. If you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Check out my other videos. Let me know what you want to learn next, because I am completely obsessed with creating these long-form videos and helping you experience the success and growth that's possible for you on Pinterest. Before I dive into an exhaustive list of the variety of things that you could be pinning as a business owner to Pinterest to help yourself grow on the platform, I want to give you sort of some guiding principles, and these are going to help you long term. One, Pinterest distributes content that links to your claimed domain differently than other content. So let me provide some education or what that means to you. It means that Pinterest is tracking when you share pins that link to a website where you've embedded code to show them that you own it. And in fact, this type of content gets distributed more widely. So it's a benefit for you to have your own website where you're able to embed a piece of code, show Pinterest that you own that website or multiple websites. You can claim more than one website in most countries now. Now, the second sort of in the list of, silver, so that's gold. Silver is your Instagram account. You can currently claim your Instagram account, and this again allows Pinterest to understand that any content from that Instagram account is your intellectual property. So this should really be your priority, that your number 1 and 2 place are things that you own, it's your intellectual property. Now you can link to anything else. I could go through a variety. You can link to anything that is a public URL. So you can link to your YouTube channel, your YouTube videos, your TikTok channel, your TikTok videos. You could link to third-party websites like Etsy or Spoonflower or anywhere that's going to help you grow if there's articles about you, etc. I'll go over that in a little bit more detail later. But what I want to say is that when you share these third-party links as the URL destination in your Pinterest pin, Pinterest doesn't know that is your content. So it gets distributed differently in the algorithm than the content that directs people towards your claimed website and your Instagram account. Okay, so that's the first thing. It's out of the way. Now let's go through all the different types of things that you could be pinning to your Pinterest account. Let's start where you think I'm going to start. It's very common for people to think that Pinterest is only for blog posts, but that is not true. But as a joke, I will start our list there. You can pin blog posts, your homepage, your about page, your FAQ page, if you have a portfolio on your website, if you have landing pages that act as comprehensive guides, if you have opt-ins, freebies, gated content on your website, or a quiz. What I would say is oftentimes I notice that a lot of people in the online world will host their opt-in elsewhere off of their website. Now, this isn't necessarily bad, but it's not great for Pinterest because, again, Pinterest prefers when you link to your own website. So prioritize getting those pages onto your website. Now, if you're a shop and you have product listings, you can share that. You can share product collections. You can share announcement pages where you are sharing a new collection coming out. To go back to blogging, you could also share pages that are categorized by a particular theme if you use tag categories on your website. Now, moving away from that type of content, you can also share your Instagram account, your Instagram reels, or your Instagram posts. And if you claim your Instagram account, Pinterest will know those belong to you. You can share public social media posts and profiles. So YouTube channel, YouTube videos, YouTube playlists, all possible. TikTok, same again, TikTok account or profile, TikTok videos, LinkedIn content, Threads content, anything that's publicly available without having to log in. Now, what I would say is people often ask me, Megan, can I link to Facebook? And the thing is that it's actually quite hard to look at Facebook content without logging in. If you have a closed Facebook group, I'm going to recommend that you create an opt-in page on your website that directs people to your group or community, have them opt in that way. If you have a Substack, you can direct people towards Substack. Again, it's like many of the other things, it'll be viewed as a third-party link, but you can absolutely share it. What I would say is often when people who work in marketing talk about analytics and attribution and why it's best to host your most important bits on your website, it's because we can't track. Once people leave Pinterest, go to your YouTube channel, we lose them. And attribution is then given to YouTube. So nowhere in your analytics will you see, well, they found you on Pinterest, then they watched a YouTube video, then they subscribed, then they bought something, unfortunately. So if you care about really having airtight attribution, you're going to want to look at implementing something like UTM parameters or using a heavy, like a heavy, more complex tracking system, which is usually a paid analytics program. Most people don't want to do that though. So Facebook is kind of the exception. Substack, you can share Substack if you publish on Medium. If you get referenced by another website or blog, you can link to that. That's really good for your authority. I always create pins when I'm mentioned or shouted out on other people's websites. You can link to your podcast. So what I would say, again, like my other recommendations, that if you're linking to your podcast landing page and it's hosted by Apple or some other podcast hosting website, Pinterest doesn't know that belongs to you. So you might want to consider creating a blog post for every podcast episode or hosting it in some way on your own website so you can bring people to the podcast to every podcast episode. That makes for really good video content. You can also share things like how-to guides, tutorials, frameworks. I already mentioned FAQs. If you run online training, webinars, workshops, you can link to that as well. Now I'm just trying to think, did I miss anything? We already talked about product pages, sales pages. If you do any product demonstrations on your website, if you are sold by a third-party website like Spoonflower, Etsy, you can of course link to that. Again, with the caveat that Pinterest doesn't know that you actually own it. So Spoonflower gets the attribution in terms of the traffic and Etsy gets the attribution. Now that can be a pro or con depending on how you view. I'm trying to think, I think that's almost everything that I was going to mention in this video. So that is a fairly exhaustive list of things that you can consider pinning to Pinterest. Now in this next section, I want to go through some ideas that I have for different specific audiences and industries that I think, again, you probably aren't thinking about every single opportunity that you could be repurposing and sharing that content to Pinterest to really act as a visual archive of your business, of your brand, or of your products or services. Alrighty, so if you are a coach, a consultant, or a service provider and you work with clients, here are some ideas for content that you can share to your Pinterest account. Obviously, blog posts, case studies, client results, portfolio, testimonials, service pages or offer pages, I already mentioned portfolio, but if you also create blog content that features your clients or their success stories, please share that. Consider creating how-to guides, step-by-step tutorials, frameworks, your unique methods. You could do something about mistakes to avoid, or potentially answering FAQs or top asked questions for your industry or for the services that you offer. When you are thinking about client acquisition, do not forget to share your freebies or lead magnets. Think about high value, practical information that you're sharing. So freebies, PDFs, checklists, templates, webinars, workshops, trainings, email, your general email list. I think most people don't necessarily think about that, but you could create a unique landing page for your newsletter. I know certainly I am. You could also think about authority building content like thought leadership pieces, industry insights. You could create a myth busting content, or even think about hot takes or rebel calls. So how you do things differently, your unique point of view, or why your take on something is different. I also think that creating content that humanizes you. So behind the scenes, things that show who you are. You could also break down your methodologies, how you approach your processes, how you work with clients, or even do a day in the life as. I think that people are very, very curious. This lets people sort of under the hood of your business and who you are as a human being. Now, digital product sellers. So if you sell digital products, here are some ideas. You can share your product pages, your sales pages. If you do any sort of demonstrations, you can create video demonstrations of your apps, of your digital products, using them before and after, feature breakdowns, maybe even looking at pain points and objections and how they're going to help. Think about conversion-based content. So what this helps you do, I already said, before and after transformations, use case examples. You could do case studies and testimonials of people who have real results from buying your products. You could also think about longer format educational content, whether it's a long format video or a blog post, tutorials using your product, answering the top questions, how to use it, how to get the best results, how to achieve something, as well as mini trainings. I think that we're all a little bit nosy and we would love to see your unique system for something. You can also think about discovery-based content. So, I talk a lot about creating high quality content, but create problem-based pins. So focus on the problem they have and how your digital product solves it. You could look at search-based topics. So these are questions that people are asking, things that people are experiencing. Could even be like a side-by-side of this tech versus that tech, etc. Beginner guides to bigger topics. Pinterest loves beginner-based content. And then, of course, as a digital product seller, you should always be looking to grow your email list or bring them somewhere that you are building community, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, Substack, wherever it might be. Now, if you are a blogger, content creator, or influencer, the funny thing is I started in this world focusing on bloggers. But what I noticed is newer content creators and influencers don't necessarily think the same way that old school bloggers do. So remember, blog posts, right? This is your gold mine. This is your number one priority. Listicles, tutorials, guides. Think about search-based content as it maps to trending topics, seasonal content. Pinterest trends is your best friend. Think about quick tips and wins for whatever your niche or industry is, hacks. Think about things where people want to save your content. Remember, you can also upload affiliate content right to the platform, tag the products. Sponsored content, do not forget to include your Pinterest numbers and your Pinterest presence in your media kits. You can do product roundups. We know that heading into the holidays, roundups and gift guides do very, very well. Now, if you are an e-commerce physical product business, these ideas are for you. So I'm thinking Shopify, Etsy. If you use another website to sell, you could obviously want to start sharing your product listings, product collections. You could have a page for best sellers, new arrivals, or new collections. You might want to create lifestyle content that lives on your blog or on your website. That's more about the product in use, how to use it, doing FAQs. If you bought this, you might like that. Think about doing styled shoots. Doesn't have to be fancy. grabbing your phone and creating some great content using your phone can be really, really helpful. Real life applications. Now, I know this is a tough one, but even if you are a product-based business, you have to think about valuable, helpful, practical content for your Pinterest audience, okay? We don't want every pin just to be the product. We want dynamic content on the platform, how to use this, how to style it, what to pair it with, doing things that help attract people with higher buying intent, gift guides, best product for, side-by-side comparisons, that type of thing. And then we want to include trust building product pins. So reviews, testimonials, user-generated content. I think not enough people are sharing their user-generated content to Pinterest. Now, this next section is for my creatives, artists, makers, designers, photographers, anyone, or even musicians, people who fall into that creative world. I want you to think about sharing your pieces, right? So finished work, collections, projects, behind the scenes, time-lapse videos, step-by-step creation. I know not every artist wants to include that, but you can include some content that's like in the studio. Make us feel like we're stepping into your world. Tutorials, techniques, your favorite tools, your favorite methods, who you're inspired by, mood boards, concepts, creative direction. I think all of those do really, really well. Remember, lower cost prints always do well. Maybe commissioned pieces as an example that they can reach out and commission work from you. Licensing opportunities. Make it super clear how people can work with you. Bring them to a unique page on your website. If you are a local based business, Pinterest is harder, but not impossible, and it can be really good for your authority and brand awareness. So think about if you are in real estate, if you are a hair salon, a fitness studio, a photographer, I want you to focus your efforts on including local SEO or keywords that are related to your region. Okay, so you might want to do, again, blog content, link to your services page, what to expect, frequently asked questions, tip related to your region or your service, local guides, best of content. Again, if it's regional related, you can also share client results, testimonials before and after. You can also do some really good SEO, local SEO paired with Pinterest. So like best X for such location, best place, best barn locations for weddings, best restaurants for. Area guides and community content does really well. I've worked with many photographers and people, real estate agents, wedding venues, or tourist destinations with their Pinterest marketing. And really it's thinking about pairing search behavior to your local keywords that are relevant. If you are in the health, wellness, and fitness segment or niche, you want to think like if you're a nutritionist, trainer, therapist, wellness brand, think about a highly educational, valuable content that's unique to the way that you teach it, tips, routines, how-to guides. Think about those FAQs. You might also want to consider things that have high search volume. So how to, best way to, beginner guide to, what I eat for breakfast, what I eat when I'm looking for more protein, my favorite fast workout. Also remember your audience language. So is it focused on moms, women over 50, young professionals, dog moms, whatever it might be? You also want to link to your coaching, your plans, and your courses or offers, digital products, how people can work with you. People love lifestyle content. I think it feels more natural. So daily routines, habits, real life applications of the thing that you offer. Now, very similarly, if you are in like the infopreneur, finance, career, business education, B2B, remember that people want practical, people want valuable, they want to see how you work. They want to see your solutions up front. So consider creating how-to guides, sharing your unique frameworks or systems, the results it got people, testimonials. Think about high search intent content like how to save money, how to start a business, how to get clients. People love quotes. I think that's very top of funnel, so be careful about using those. You might want to think about free resources, calculators, guides, templates, if you have special insights. So you can do authority-based content that helps give strategy breakdown, industry education, insights into things that are happening, trending topics, etc. I would say that for parenting, travel, all those industries, it's very similar in terms of the ideas of like tips, hacks, routines. Think about seasonal content, holidays, activities, geo-related information for planning guides, best of lists, reviews, must-haves. For travel in particular, people are obviously always searching for destination guides, itineraries, things to do in, packing lists, lots of opportunities for affiliate links. So I don't want to hear from you that you don't know what to pin to Pinterest. In all those ideas and that exhaustive list, I am sure you are going to realize that you have a few things that you've never shared. Maybe you were a guest on a podcast. Maybe you did some writing for Medium. Maybe you've been sharing some really incredible content to LinkedIn. But I do want to think that you don't always have to create content just for Pinterest. You don't necessarily need new content. You can repurpose with purpose the types of things you're already creating that are working for your business. And we can package it up, tie it in, what am I trying to say? Like new gift wrap it up for search and discovery. So if your content teaches something, solves a problem, answers a question, inspires an idea, if they are searching for it, it belongs on Pinterest. This concludes my Pinterest prep series. I hope that you found it helpful and educational, and it helped give you some ideas for your niche and your industry. Now, if you loved how I taught, what I taught you, make sure you are subscribed to my YouTube channel. You are on my email list because that is where the very best bits are. And before you ask, yes, I have a wonderful comprehensive Pinterest marketing program called Pin Potential. If you're interested, you can head to pinpotential.com/pin-potential-waitlist, and you can learn all about my program and when it opens next. Thank you so much for joining me for the Pinterest Prep series. Happy pinning!